Hello everyone, LJ here for my latest Spurs chat. How shall I start this one? I know. Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3 at Old Trafford. What a performance. I thought I'd leave it almost 24 hours until I'd done this video because I was so buzzing, so excited, and probably like many other Spurs fans, I've probably watched the highlights, the goals about 1,000 times. Probably watched Mickey van der Ven's run about 2,000 times. What a performance. All you're going to hear is, oh, Man United was shocking, they were poor. Let's be honest, Spurs fans or not, you look at that game and for the first 35 minutes, that was Ange ball. 100 million % Ange ball. The patterns of play, the pressing, the movement, the speed to get the ball back, the speed in which they move the ball, the tempo right from the off was spot on. Let's give credit where it's due. Man United were poor, but we made them look rubbish. That's what I'm taking from it. Absolutely fantastic performance. We're quick to, in this society as well, people are quick to moan, slag teams off. We all do it. But sometimes you've just got to hold your hands up and say, Tottenham, that was an absolutely fantastic performance. Let's just go through the stats. Goals, obviously, 0-3. Manchester United registered 11 shots to our 24, 2 of which Man United was on target, 10 of which we had on target. Possession, Man United 39, Spurs 61%. And again, this was at Old Trafford. That is absolutely staggering. Absolutely staggering. I know it's not the same as years ago when people were beaten before they got to Old Trafford, but I'm telling you not. That would have given any Man United team a game. It just seemed to be, for the first 35 minutes especially, well, whole of first half, that just, everything just seemed to click. And to be fair, and we all know Spurs fans, we should agree on this one, to be fair, that's been coming, isn't it? We've started every single league game, forget the Carabao Cup, forget the Europa League, every single league game we've played well in this season so far. And I was a bit worried that going to Old Trafford might be the game where we have a disappointing performance, because that's not normally happens, is it, when we go to a big 6 away ground. But it didn't. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's start. Where do we start? Mickey van der Ven. That's 3 minutes on the clock. Anticipates where the ball's going to be, wins it due to his speed, and runs. Phenomenal. People saying, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to do that, you shouldn't be allowed to run that far. Watch it back again, people. How are you going to stop him? How are you going to stop him unless you just slice him down and get red? You can't stop him. And then, when you think he's probably knocked it just a bit too far, he still gets it and still does the hardest part, puts across a beautiful ball. Brennan Johnson's running in, he's already grinning before he puts it in. What a goal. And I've been looking into Mickey van der Ven's stats, or speed stats, right? And don't forget, this was the person that well, not all, a lot of people said was the cheap option. Mickey van der Ven is the cheap option to that. Is it top sober? The cheap option. I don't think he's the cheap option, do you? I think Ange chose him, so I'll take me out off to Ange. Anyway, some tea. Been a hard day. Mickey van der Ven has been clocked at going 37.38 kilometres per hour. In our language, that's 23.22 miles per hour. That's phenomenal. If you was to average that out over 100 metres, he would be able to do it in 12 seconds. But if you watch that run again yesterday, the last third point of that run, he was actually getting quicker. So he could probably, in my opinion, do the 100 metres in 11 seconds. That is phenomenal. They need to get a contract out now, a bigger, better contract now, and get him to sign it. Now, the only worrying thing was for me, I was thinking, please don't go. Please don't let your hamstring go, Mickey. Please don't. That's all I'm worried about. But to put that into context, Usain Bolt. So I said 23.22 miles an hour for a professional footballer. Usain Bolt got clocked at 27.8 miles an hour. And he trains specifically for the 100 metres. So that just goes to show how fast Mickey van der Ven is. What happens next? Well, I can get Man United's ones out next. I think they had the two shots on target was when Rashford raced through. I'm not sure if he was given offside or not. Didn't shoot across the keeper. Shot near post, Vicario saved. And Rashford, to me, as last season, does not want to play for Erik ten Hag. His body language is gone. He's gone. He don't want to be there. I did actually say in the transfer window, might be worth a punt. 60 million, maybe 50 million. Put a bid in for him. Could you imagine him? A new lease of life on the left. Bye-bye Werner. Worth a shout. Agents can talk. And the other shot was Garnacho's volley, which his standing foot did slip, I think, and he hit a cracking shot against the post. Don't know if Vicario would have saved it or not, but that was it. Oh yeah, that little one, they said 2 shots on target, but I think I can remember another one, but no, they don't count. They don't count hitting the post or the bar on target, which I suppose is right, but I've always said it's on target. I think there was another one when the forward hit a shot and Vicario got back and saved it. It was a very hard shot, but that was rubbish for Man United, wasn't it? No threat. I thought our defence was all right. All played well. Then Johnson, in the second half, runs down the right, crosses it in, slight deflection. What a finish from Kulu. What a finish. Sublime, I think is the word they call that. Sublime. That was very, very difficult finish, that. Absolutely superb. The last goal, it was great to see, wasn't it? The people on the bench coming on. Bergvall corner, Sarr flicks it on, Solanke's there, bang, another goal. Brilliant. Him and Johnson are playing really well at the minute, aren't they? So yeah, that's 3-0, and let's be honest, it could have been more. Johnson cuts over to the right, smashes it across goal. I'm just waiting for the net to bulge. Hits the post. Werner, twice clean through. And you know what? I don't want to slag people off, especially when we've just had a performance like that. But I didn't even get off my seat. I didn't even get off my seat when he was through on both occasions because I just knew he wasn't going to score. The second time I might have gone, surely this time? No confidence. And I've seen him, I think I've said it before, I've seen him in training, banging them top bins from outside the box when they're having shooting practice. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it, what is wrong with him at the minute. It's just crazy, man. The sending off, I don't think it was a sending off. We've been non-biased that one. I suppose in real time, could be. And I think Madders has said to him, from what we're led to believe, it wasn't a red card, mate. And I'm surprised that today, I don't know how quick it takes, but I'd imagine maybe he might get that back. Don't get me wrong, I hate Bruno Fernandes. I cannot stand him. And that says it all to me as Ten Hag as a manager, giving him the captaincy. Because I can remember, I don't know if any of you remember out there, last season, I was watching Man United, I can't remember what game it was, but they were losing. He's doing this, Bruno Fernandes, signalling to the bench. Got to come off. Before he comes off, United score. Whether it was an equaliser or gone back in the game, I can't remember. Suddenly, he's all right again. Just like that. And this is their captain. So, Whether it was a sending off or not, that's karma, because he's a whinging, diving, I'll say arsehole. As far as I go, I could say a lot worse. I cannot stand the man, and I'm so glad that we never bought him, because I know we was interested in him before we actually went to Man United. It was absolutely, he's an arsehole. Yeah, as I said, I think that was everyone played well. Werner didn't. I'll leave it at that. Defensively, brilliant. It looked to me like Porro didn't invert, but Udogie did, and Udogie did it to good effect, to be fair to him. I thought he had a good game before he had to come off. Spence came on, not his favourite side, looked sharp, wanted to make things happen. I don't know if you noticed it, at one point in the game, he went down the left. I think he'd done this the other day and all, but I'm not sure. I think I've said this before. It sounds like I'm repeating myself. So I'm getting deja vu. Werner's there. Spence gets in, and he's telling him to make the run. So Spence knows he can just slide him through. He don't want it, and then he's doing this after, because Spence is obviously having a go at him. So that says to me that Werner's not confident. So against, is it the Hungarian champions or something on Thursday night, Europa League, please start Mikey Ball. And that was the bit where I thought, nearly put the icing on the cake. I think there's about 5 minutes left. Mikey Moore goes down the left, cuts back in, and bends a lovely shot just past the far post. Wouldn't that have been great for him? That would have been great for the lad. That would have put the icing on the cake. But it wasn't to be. But no one can argue with that result, and it could have been 6, 7, and then I reckon it was, you'd have woke up this morning and 10-0 would have got a sack. 1,000,000%. But as I said, I've watched it back many times, and some of the football, even this generation, but especially my generation, I'm 50 now, but 40, 45 and above, almost demand that Spurs play good football. That's why under Conte and under Mourinho, they had to win. They had to be challenging for the league, to be fairness, or at least get a cup. Because you just about put up with it, won't you, if you was to win a cup, or you'd be challenging for the league. Under that sort of football, dreadful football, torrid football, boring football. But the way that we're playing, if we can keep that up, which is going to be difficult because it requires a lot of energy, absolutely fantastic to watch, wasn't it? Especially that first half. Manchester United must have thought, what is it here? Every time they got the ball, they were giving it away, but they were forced to give it away. Again, the press, 3, 4, 5 players pressing in them. Absolutely brilliant. And an unsung hero for me from yesterday's game, who hasn't had a lot of mention, it's got to be Rodrigo Bentancur. The man's come back from a potentially career-threatening injury, and yesterday, absolutely superb. You need that person that you don't even notice, but he's just linking up play, keeping it going, intercepting, tidying up, taking the ball off the defenders. Absolutely brilliant. And it's sod's law. He seems to have just got back to his form from what he had before he got his injury. And I think he's potentially facing at least a 6-game ban for that stupid "you're racist" thing, which is a load of bollocks, isn't it? Let's be fair. You can't say anything these days. That's just my opinion, again, being old school, so please don't all say, oh, you're racist. I don't agree with racism, but I just think some things are taken out of context. I have to watch what I say when I'm doing these videos, because I have a bit of banter, and I have to really be careful because we're old school. I suppose you could say, because he's not old school, he should know not to say them things. So I suppose there's an argument to both, but I hope it's not more than a 6-game ban, because with the games coming up thick and fast, it's going to be hard for Basuma to just do that every game. So I thought Basuma's played quite well, and he'll probably start, I suppose, on Thursday, and Bentancur will come on again. But yeah, he really impressed me. Maddison again, brilliant. How many times did Maddison get fouled? Absolutely, it must have been double figures. He must have come off that pitch, bruises everywhere. He must have done. Solanke, again, brilliant hold-up play, bringing others into play. And the most important thing, And this is why Ange bought him. He said it himself. He starts the press. He runs like Roadrunner, like a nut job, pressing, fast, running out all the time. And that gives everyone else, it galvanises people, doesn't it? It makes you want to go and help him. So they're all doing it. Because you can't press in ones and twos, and they know when to press. Whereas Manchester United, there was no, where's the signal to press? They tried, but it was half-hearted. They didn't know what they were doing, did they? Whereas we knew the trigger of when to press. And that can only come off the training pitch. But yeah, I hope they get the credit. They're getting a little bit more, I see, today. Because I was getting annoyed at Gary Neville yesterday. I mean, normally he talks a bit of sense, but when it comes to Man United, he finally did near the end of the day, I think on his YouTube account or whatever it is, give Spurs credit. But Sky are so biased towards Man United, Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool. It is mental. Oh, it's because Man United were so poor. They're this, they're that. Give, not just Spurs, give the other team credit. As I said at the start, they were poor Manchester United, but we made them look ordinary, rubbish, by our pressing, by our fast pass. They did not know what to do. They must have gone in at half-time thinking each player have only had like 3 touches of the ball. It was absolutely phenomenal, pinball stuff at times. So on to Thursday, I'd imagine that Ange will make some changes again. I'm really hoping, I don't think he'll do it, but I'm really hoping that he plays Archie Gray in the middle. I think he'll play him at right back again, but that's up to me. He has got to make these changes, and I'm just waiting, because there all seem to be a core of Spurs fans that just wait until we have a bad result and jump on and go mad. He has to make changes, especially of the style of football, what we're playing. You can't do that 3 times a week. So he'll probably make 6, 7 changes. I'm hoping as well that it will be Mikey Moore starting instead of Werner. That'd be good. And I'm imagining at the back it'll be Romero and Davis as a central defensive partnership. Will he start with Spence right back? Sorry, left back. That's another change what you can make. I think you can put your hat on Bergvall starting. He'll probably be in there with Biss. Maddison probably won't play again. Kulu will be on the bench. Kuleski. Speaking of Kuleski, I said the other day he's been the most consistent player this season for us, and he done it again. He's sort of got a new lease of life, like a second win, because we was all moaning about him last season, let's be fair. But he seems to have just picked it up. He was immense yesterday, absolutely immense. I mean, I know Mickey van der Ven got man of the match, and I will say man of the match because, as I said, old school player of the match. Well, a load of rubbish. It's man of the match. Yeah, Mickey van der Ven got it for that run, fully deserved. But to me, it was out of Kuleski and Bentancur, who could have got man of the match, and no one would have argued. Yeah, that's about it. I'll be back after the Thursday game. Let's hope we can get another win. Let's hope some of our younger players thrive, have a good game. I think they're the Hungarian champions, or the most successful club in Hungary. Whether that means anything or not, I don't know. But so it should be an half-decent test for these youngsters. So I'll do another video after that. Please like and subscribe, please, people, because I need about 50 subscribers so I can start doing live chats. I had to do one on Facebook. Yes, I did put it on here, the link. I'd done a live chat. There was 3 of us on there on Facebook yesterday. So yeah, if you could please subscribe, it'd mean a lot to me, and we can get this channel growing and get more and more people involved, and it'll be interesting to see the different opinions. What not baffles me, what intrigues me is how the younger generation perceive Spurs to my views, to see if they're on the same, you know, because I know things have changed. Because in my day, it was like, if we ended top 4, I'll be overjoyed. I mean, I still am now. I'll get top 4, I'm like, oh, brilliant. But the younger generation seem to think, oh, you're not first, you're no good, you're rubbish. I don't know if I'm wrong. or wrong? You tell me in the comments. I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me. Times have changed, haven't they? I mean, you could end up second in the league in a 2-horse race, lose both finals, and it's all called crap because you didn't win anything. That to me is just mental. Obviously, it's upsetting, the nearly men, because that's what we are. But as long as you see improvement from your team, let's not muck about it. If you can end up in the top 4 or 5 of the Premier League, you're a bloody good team. This is the hardest league in the world, the fastest league in the world, the most physical league in the world. So in my opinion, still to this day, being an old fart, if we can get top 4, I'll be over the moon with that. Obviously I'd like to see us win a cup, because I was brought up and in 81, we won the FA Cup. 82, we won the FA Cup. 84, we won the UEFA Cup. And also in the years when I was sort of getting into football, you know, I was loving it. But I think the FA Cup and the League Cup meant more then. And I think they've got to make a new way somehow, whether it's financial gain or whatever. I don't think you should get into the Champions League if you win any of the domestic cups, because you could end up with someone silly winning it. But they need to, what's the word? They need to make it a lot more special, basically to get teams to want to win it. I think probably the only way is financial, isn't it, to be fair. But I remember, especially being a Spurs fan, up until, say, the last decade, 15 years, we had won the FA Cup more than anyone else. But now, it doesn't seem to mean much, does it? It's all about Champions League, and because it's all about money and trying to keep growing the club and all that. Then no big players are going to join you if you end 10th and win an FA Cup, or end 8th and win the Carabao Cup. But they'll join you if you're in the Champions League. That seems to be the way it's gone now. But yeah, let's wait and see. I mean, I think we've got a good chance of the Europa League. I really do. So I hope we do win on Thursday. Thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you Thursday night. Go on, you Spurs.